Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I have a question for you and a question for Byron. Byron, if you are the governing party of South Africa and you don't win in certain municipalities, what do you do? Do you A, accept it and try win next time, or B, gerrymander the borders of municipalities so that your constituencies become part of that municipality?
You take option C, which is rename the municipality, because that's what we're the kings of in South Africa. When something don't work, we just rename it. In your answers, well, a party with integrity waits till next time. And then there's obviously the ANC way, which is when in doubt, jivvy the rules and cheat. Why else?
No, exactly. So there's this thing called the Municipal Demarcation Board. The name suggests that it demarcates the borders of municipalities. So there is a particular municipality in KZN called Umgedi, which Chris Papas runs. He's part of the DA. The DA won that, I think, with 65% of the votes. They did really well. And by all accounts, the municipality is doing much better now that Chris Papas is in charge. Ironically enough, the ANC in the area wants to not have Umgeni municipality as its own municipality more. They want to make it part of a bigger municipality, incorporating Pietermaritzburg, which they control, and other areas around Umgeni, which they control as well. And according to them, this is to have better service delivery. Though anyone with two brain cells can see that this is just basically a coup against democracy.
Yeah, absolutely. So what obviously the problem is that Chris Papa with the DA actually won in KZN. Remember, KZN is like either ANC or IFP heartland. It's not a DA kind of territory. So when he won, it was the first time a DA province got declared, or should we say a DA municipality, really, in that area. And I mean a big one, a decent one, not just some like colloquial place where there's like 3 cows and a sheep live. The reality of the situation was that this set a precedent to people in what can the DA do if it took over more of KZN. The problem with Chris, he's actually been very successful so far. And this amazing thing happened. The community likes him. And part of the reason that they like him is because he speaks fluent Zulu. And unfortunately, the ANC doesn't like people liking people that isn't the ANC. So what do? They know that if the Papa effect continues, that they may lose more municipalities. And in a bid to control that, they're like, how do we get rid of this guy? Well, their answer, Ramon, actually is slightly different to what you were describing. They said they would combine municipalities to create a metro. They said that in order to create a big metro, they need to combine these smaller municipalities. And that by doing that, they could use the metro to foster or improve service delivery. But ANC and service delivery don't usually go in the same sentence unless you include the other words, which is lack thereof.
Yeah, interesting. If you go back in time to South Africa, you had, like, growing up, there used to be, like, mayor of, like, places, right? Like Edenvale in Joburg was a municipality. You had the mayor of Edenvale. You had the mayor of, maybe not Bryanston, but like Sandton had its own thing. Like every sort of part of Joburg was a municipality in and of itself with its own demarcated bureaucracy and mayor and all the rest of it. By creating these major metropolitan areas, these metros, what did you see? You saw a centralization of power by the ANC. You saw a lot of money get stolen. And more importantly, you saw a whole lot of grift take place, because instead of controlling Sandton municipality, you control the entire Joburg municipality. That's what, a 70 billion rand a year budget to splurge on your mates and on Wet and Chandor champagne. So this is nothing new in South Africa, but now they're actively targeting areas where opposition people are in power, like Umgeni. But not only in Umgeni. I'll let you know what else they have in mind after a word from our sponsor. If you look at Bitcoin right now, the exchanges are crashing all over the place. Let us not even talk about the bank runs happening in America. And the central banks are printing money faster than ever. Of course, Bitcoin actually fixes this, but it only fixes it if you actually have Bitcoin in your own personal wallets. Which is why we support Bitvice, the sponsor of this video. Because Bitvice is the only company where you buy Bitcoin from and they deposit it directly into your personal wallet. So in essence, your Bitcoin is with you, fully in your control and fully safe from any external activity. It's a bit like having gold in your own safe rather than having it somewhere else. And to make it even easier for you to buy Bitcoin, they now have a product called Sat Stacker, which allows you to buy Bitcoin on a weekly or monthly basis, just like a simple debit order. You buy the Bitcoin, it gets deposited directly into your private wallet. So Bitvice is by far the best way and easiest way and safest way to accumulate Bitcoin. So head on over to bitvice.io to set up your account, or just click the link in the description below. And we are back. And did you know, Byron, even the Freedom Plus is royally pissed off with the ANC, because even in the Northwest, where no one really lives, the ANC wants to do exactly the same thing to basically take out Freedom Front Plus support in that area.
Yeah, that's right. So again, we are finding that where the ANC feels that it is unable to win through legitimate means, it's going to use the numbers game. So you merge everything and turn it into one kind of centralized structure. But this isn't really how democracy works, man. I mean, it's meant to be, representation. Margaret Thatcher once famously said, socialists don't like people choosing for themselves, for they might not choose socialism. This is exactly what's happening. The ANC doesn't want people being able to actually exercise a democratic right because they might not choose the ANC, right? And where they don't choose the ANC, it's like the ANC is like, we can fix it. What we do is we'll just put you in an ANC area. And they seem to keep doing this. I mean, I remember even when it came down to the last elections, even in PE, mate, like they wanted to redo the borders of PE 5 different times in order to cut it in such a way that the DA basically never actually got a vote, because it would always just be slightly in those areas, where there were like a little bit more ANC people. And they were like, I wonder how we could just jivvy the borders just such. This isn't how democracy should work, mate. It's like a proper farcical situation.
Yeah, in every other normal country, this is called gerrymandering, right? This happens in America quite a lot, where Republicans and Democrats change the way people live in a certain area by changing the borders of an area because they want to incorporate more of their voters in that particular area. This is nothing new. The ANC has been doing this for a very long time, and they will continue to do it the more they lose power. I mean, we have said in the past that they have quietly quit, but that doesn't mean they're not doing anything. They are still doing this gerrymandering, undemocratic coup against the electoral will of the South African people. And the fact that this is not a huge story, just goes to show. I don't know, maybe the South African voters have quietly quit as well by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think, it's funny because we say that the ANC has quietly quit. They quietly quit governing, mate. But they haven't quietly quit stealing. And whatever they can do in order to ensure that the moolah and the loot continues to keep flowing, they're perfectly happy to do it. They're not beyond having to go out there and do whatever they need to do in order to loot the money, Like, if they have to redo the boundaries of areas, they'll redo the boundaries of areas. At the same time, you cannot tell me that the ANC actually respects electoral will. If they actually respected the electoral will, then why would they put a party into the mayorship in various municipalities that get less than 1% of the vote? Why would they allow a 10% party to dictate the terms and take the majority of MMC positions in certain municipalities and metros just so that they can hold on to power? 10% party. You're basically saying, well, actually, it's only the 11% of the vote that we actually give a flying monkeys about. The ANC cannot call itself a democratic party because it doesn't actually respect democratic norms.
Yeah, but we know that already. And everyone watching knows that already as well. So let us know down in the comments down below, what is happening here? Is this a coup or is this to enhance service delivery? You have our opinion. What is yours? Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers.